Duddy Talk.
Don't get no dirtier.
And today's topic, and while I know that we've addressed this before, today's topic is about emotional abuse. And I really wanted to touch on this subject because I met this young lady from the Caribbean, and we had a conversation, and I don't know, for some reason children just feel like they want to open up to me. Maybe, do I look that cool and down to earth?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, she came on. She opened up to me and she told me that her mom was not in a good place in her life. Her mom was not in a good place in her life, and she didn't feel that her mother checked for her. So after further investigation, I came to find out that her mother had tricked out her siblings. And had also, she had 8 children, and in the course of all of their lives, she probably only took care of one, the first 2 actually. And then she started riding that white horse.
White horse. Yeah, I mean, where's it go? You know, you got 8 kids, you busting your ass, and you're on the island, so you know. You can't fuck with nobody else because they already done fuck with you or you're related to them. So now you can't fuck with nobody. Okay, yeah. I guess that's usually how it go, right?
But the emotional distress is when you have children and you don't take care of, like, you scream at them, you curse them out, and you can't tell a child, you can't continuously tell a child that they're bad.
True.
And think that they're not going to become bad.
Yeah. You
can't tell a child that they're no good and think that they're not going to become no good, because their self-worth and their
especially
values.
If you're the only one.
And then to top it off, it's like, all right, all of her other siblings have 5 or better kids, and they're in our age bracket. Now, you already know how I feel about kids. So for you to be in our age bracket and have 6 kids and working at McDonald's, that's so not a good look.
That's ugly. So
today's topic is about emotional abuse and the form of neglect. And I really want to reach out to our listeners and hope that they support the DI radio cast by donating, because some of the monies from our donations are going to go to assisting this young lady in getting out of her current situation. We're going to try to find care for her so that she can get out of that situation, and at least we can save one person, if not the world.
The world?
The world. But I just want to go back to the whole thing with neglect. Neglect isn't only found in not feeding a child, because, people eat. Neglect is when you don't pay attention to their schoolwork. You don't care. You don't care what they wear, how they look.
You don't even care what they do. I mean, you don't care about who they associate with.
Exactly. And that is neglect. That is one of the biggest forms of neglect. And there are a lot of people that don't realize that even if they take care of their children, there are elements of neglect in the way they take care of their children. Because I know for a fact that there are people that they do the world for their kids, but in regards to who they hang out with, I'm like, oh, whatever. Or in regards to what they do in their extracurricular activities, they're like, as long as I don't have to deal with the overhead expenses, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
And when you come home,
so exactly, and they're like, your daddy will deal with you on the weekend.
Exactly.
Or vice versa,
neglect.
And
that's called neglect.
And I'm kind of hating that situation.
When a child wants to speak to their parent and their parent brushes them off, that's called neglect. And while we don't realize how deeply that hurts, that is a form of abuse, because years later that starts to toll on you. And when you want to get into a serious situation,
they don't know how to react,
because you don't know how to communicate with your spouse or your significant other or whomever you're dealing with at the time.
Yeah, you rather spoil your kid than discipline your child. So, I'm not going to whoop him, so I'm just going to give him some candy so he'll shut up or whatever.
So now when they get older,
yeah, you can't tell him nothing because I get what the fuck I want. So now he's 18-year-old trying to get some poom poom or whatever,
and he's taking it
because he don't understand no, because you didn't tell him no. It's every aspect of everything they do
and all
needs
of that,
attention.
All of that comes into the fact of emotional abuse. It's neglect. You neglected to raise your child. What do you say? You spare the rod, you spoil the child?
Yeah.
You spoil the rod, you spoil the child. I don't read the Bible too often, but when I read it, I read the good parts.
Whoa, that sounds like me.
I'll whoop your... No, hold on. The Bible say it now. Mm-hmm. Reference the Torah and the Quran. We said we will whoop your ass. What the fuck you talking about? You locking me up?
Hey,
no. I am not neglecting to whoop my child's ass.
Listen,
no.
That's a true story because that's definitely what Estelle Williams did. My brother broke into somebody's house and stole some jewelry and came home. Hold up. 911. Beep.
I'm about to whoop this nigga ass.
Yeah.
Y'all come pick him up.
They came about and took him to jail. She called the cops. So baby D. Whoa.
I'm not. I neglect
to
do dumb shit.
You know what I'm saying? So by the time I came up, my mom like, look at your brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
DI Radio Cast. Duddy Talk, and we're talking about emotional abuse. And we're going to come on the opposite end and continue this conversation, and we're going to touch on the topic of verbal abuse, because that is a big, big part of it. And don't forget, we are really encouraging people to donate to DI Radio Cast so that we can assist somebody into getting out of a bad situation.
Slowly.
DI Radio Cast, all in your ear hole on the opposite end. And we're in the Duddy Talk talking about okay. We're on the opposite end in the Duddy Talk talking about domestic abuse in the form of emotional abuse. And man, you gotta be in the studio. I know you only seeing the visuals right now, but it's a whole lot of extra stuff that's going on in the background. Miss Harrigan is in the building. Got to send a definite shout out. She got all her tatas out.
Yeah, what's up, Shouter? You know I like. You better let her know about DL.
Speaking about DL, let's talk about positive reinforcements.
Definitely.
Okay, we talked about neglect, and neglect, of course, makes people, it lowers people's self-esteem. It lowers their self-worth because they feel, well, if mommy don't want me around or daddy don't want me around or whomever is the person, the caregiver, doesn't want me around.
Let me see what's in the streets.
Let me find somebody who's going to want me around.
Hey, little Shawty, come here.
They'll do whatever it takes to be wanted.
Oh, you don't got that? Well, here, son, take this $100 bill.
And outside, because for the little girls, it's always gold found in the pum pum. And for the guys, you wonder why there's some guys that take it from the back.
Huh?
And then outside of that, that's where the drug dealers and the gangbangers come into play, because they're searching for a family of people that are going to accept them. I'm getting cue cards, yo. This is our show.
Oh my God, yo. Intern, sit down. Intern, sit down. You just sit there with your titties out. We got this.
They want you to you get involved in gangs and you get involved in drug dealing or
sex or whatever's
gonna make you feel better
like
about
you
yourself.
important. You know what I'm saying? If you're a girl, you looking for somebody, that father figure, i.e. a common looking nigga. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you look like you could be my daddy.
You look like
fuck
you
me
could.
From the back. Whatever. You know. And if you're a dude, you know, money's the way. How do you get money? Money's the way to get, you know what I'm saying, love from the chicks.
You stick it in, you stick it out. You stick it in, and money come out. You stick it in, and money come out. I'm sorry, Mr. Anderson.
So now you in the so now you in the streets.
You in the streets.
Now you in the streets.
But the other part of that is the verbal abuse. Because simple things like I've noticed in the African American community, the language that we use is extremely derogatory.
Yeah.
I mean,
I got a problem with that.
You know, when like I don't really understand why you would tell your child, you stupid black bastard, or you fat fuck, or stuff like that. What is that for? Do you think that that's positive reinforcement?
Yeah.
I mean, do you think by you telling this person that they're stupid and fat and black, I mean,
well, they are black.
But using the word, because remember we went through the diction of words and how a word can change meaning by the tone.
So what is it when you just like your daddy?
Especially if your daddy's a whore. Like my daddy had 25 kids.
Yeah.
So when I got you're just like your daddy, I was like, well, that would make me just like you. Because you fucked him.
Yeah.
So I guess you're both whores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So I used to get smacked a lot.
See, yeah. And here we are doing DR Radio talking about the shit. Yeah. It adds up. Everything comes full circle with DR Radio Cast.
DR Radio Cast all in your ear hole, I'm telling you.
But yeah, it's like, I don't know, maybe it's like a tolerance level, especially when you're, when you are being neglected, your tolerance level goes down. I'm talking about you as the parent trying to discipline. Okay. I got 5, 6, 7, 8 kids because we do have the most kids, and that's the Mexicans. And
no. Jews have more kids than us.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they're
the other niggers.
They're really most of them playing for theirs. We don't. And you got you forget to name little Nick. You know what I'm saying? Now you trying to.
Yeah.
But it becomes repetitious.
But when neglect and verbal abuse is connected, it's like now you have devalued that person, and they then internalize that and feel that they're ignorant, they're stupid, they're not capable of doing anything right because they've been told that all their life. And as smart as they may be, because I've come to realize that a lot of the kids that excel in school are kids from homes where their parents treat them a certain way. So they feel that the only way that they can impress them is only 2 ways you could go. Either you go to the extreme or you go to one extreme.
Yeah.
And they feel like the only way they can impress their parents is by doing well in school. But that's never enough.
Yeah.
That's never enough because the parents don't care about that. All they want is you to help them with the money, help them with all of the kids that you pushed out. And you all about laying on the streets doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
And if you're on drugs, and again, like I said, this young lady, she told me, I just can't take it, but her mom is trying to trick her out. All right, her mother told her that you coming of age now. She's about 13, and her mother told her, you're coming of age now. It's time for you to start working for your keep. She dressed her up, put her in little heels and makeup, and took her over to her friend's house.
Yeah.
And that situation wasn't a good look. We have to do something. As the community, we have to step up when we see stuff like this happening. Because there are a lot of women out there that their pussy ain't no good no more. So they're using their children to generate revenue to continue their habits. And I'll be damned if I let anybody that comes up to me and tells me that they need help go through that situation. Because you should not have to live at 13 years old. I have a 13-year-old daughter. You should not, at 13 years old, have to deal with a man pushing himself on you. Or matter of fact, you shouldn't have to be pushed in a situation where you are forced to be put on a man. And, I mean, all I can say is we are reaching out to the community, and we really need you to help. We need you to donate. I mean, $5, $10. From what I'm understanding, it's going to take about $600 to get them out of that situation and into a home where people care about them. And really and truly, I think DI Radio Cast should be the people that take on this situation. I mean, we both you and I, we have space.
Yeah.
And I personally, I think that I'm going to take on this situation. And I'm get this little girl out of her situation right now and bring her to be a part of the DI Radio Cast family. We got to get her
as long as she stays with you. I mean, I love the kids and all. But, yo, I'm
not gonna have nobody who I'm not at 13 years old. You supposed to be partying.
That's what I'm calling the cops for. I'm like, look, you know, it's a shame you got to go to a shelter, but you know you got to monitor. I mean, you know, I'm with help. You know, I'm with helping because I don't like none of the situations as far as neglect, because that leads to homelessness, that leads to murders, that leads to rape, that leads to all kind of crazy. You just got crazy boy walking down the street, you know what I'm saying, with a question mark on his head. I hate seeing that when you go downtown and you see that. So I
and
really,
you know their parents don't care.
Yeah, and you know their parents don't care. You know, when I'm looking across the other side of my apartment complex and I see a man arguing with his son about knowing he going to smoke weed and you just yelling at him about it, well, dude, why don't you do something about it? Oh, he ain't going to do nothing. All he do is eat shit and sleep. He going to get high right now. But you watching him walk off with his flat tire on his bicycle going to get high? What the fuck kind of father is you?
I take the goddamn bike and wrap it around his
take neck. The bike and wrap around his fucking neck. You know what I'm saying? You take your belt, tie it around it. Anyways. Yeah, that's called abuse, but that's the right kind. It's tough love, and I got that.
You spare the rod. You spoil the child.
You know what I'm saying?
I will quote the Bible all day long. Wait, what y'all talking about?
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all want me spare the rod?
I got two sons. And I know what it takes to me to mold each one. Tyron, he's a little knucklehead. He's going to have to get slapped around a little. Devin, he's the more sensitive one. So you need to, you know what I'm saying, spend a little bit more time with him and monitor him. But, you know, you got to watch your kids. Each kid is a different person. They're their own person, but they come from you. So how you don't know your kids, man?
Exactly. DI Radio Cast, all in your ear hole, distinctive impression. We're telling you that it's important that you help us help others. Donate today. Hit the donate button on our main page and donate. Remember, no child is a mistake, even if we are not planned.
Oh my
no
God.
Child is a mistake.
This is such a great cue card. I am so motivated right now.
DI Radio Cast, Duddy Talk. We catch y'all on the opposite end. Y'all already know what it is. Raw deal. Don't forget to donate and help. If you see something going on in your community,
let them know where to donate.
Make sure you help.
What are they sending any donations to?
All you have to do is visit our main page, any of our pages. You can go to DistinctiveImpression.us, or you can visit our DI Radio Cast page. Even go to our MySpace page. MySpace.com/DI RadioCast, all one word, and just hit the donate button. As simple as that. DI RadioCast. We'll see y'all on the opposite end, man.